How did I meet my boyfriend? Tips for content marketing strategy. Tips on how to stay confident when it feels like no one believes in you. I was a dark-skinned girl who had a gap, and that was kind of just like ugly to some people. I think one thing I told somebody is what it do, boos. Welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, if you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, honey. And if you like to see what I do outside of YouTube, follow me on all of my social media platforms. I put it down below and also in the description box. And as you all can see by the description of this video, I want to do something a little different. I'm doing a Q&A because I feel like I haven't done one of those in a while. And I'm going to be answering like personal questions, content creating questions, and more. Whatever y'all ask me on my social media, I'm going to be asking all those questions on here. But also while I'm doing that, I'm finally taking these locks down. As y'all can see, like my roots is all black, so it's time to take them out. And also while I'm taking my hair down, my boyfriend insisted on helping me, so he's gonna be helping me take my hair down. He might answer some of these questions.
I'm Wizard Killer, y'all.
I've been trying to like have him off camera because I see like a lot of couples post videos, and I feel like they only do well just because they post couple videos. So I just wanted to, you know, show you all that I'm more than just my relationship, and I can make good and quality content without showing off my relationship. So yeah, not gonna do any more talking. Let's go ahead and get into the video. Y'all know how people be cutting their hair down here like they new growth. Like their new growth is just all the way down here. What's your name, B.O.B.? So I'm calling you Bob. I don't want to take my hair down yet. First question is, how did I meet my boyfriend? So make a long story short, we kind of were already familiar with each other like through social media because I'm in a sorority and I'm cool with like majority of the frats, and the frat that I was close to, my boyfriend's also cool with him too. So I always saw him on social media and everything, but my first time actually seeing him in person was at the mall with one of my old friends, and she was working at some store and he was actually working at a store in the mall too. So my old friend who I was cool with, she knew him, and at this point like we didn't have no car. That's when we was down bad, so like we was like walking, taking Ubers everywhere, so we didn't feel like paying for an Uber. So my friend was like, oh, we can get Caleb to take us home. And I was like, oh, that tall dude that like I've never seen? And she was like, yeah. And so I saw him face to face, and after he got off work and my friend got off work, he took us home. And we're both in the car. Well, all three of us are in the car. I think I'm sitting in the front seat. And he asked us, he's like, who wanna go home first? And I was like, take her home first, because I didn't really know him like that, so I wanted to have that one-on-one conversation with him. And we was talking in the car, like it was really cool. We was talking about random stuff. I think he was talking about getting a car or whatever, and correct me if I'm wrong like with this story. We was just talking about cars and like what car he wanted, but I knew like after that moment I was like, ooh, I'm feeling this tall sexy man. But then like a couple months later we reconnected again, and one of our friends was like in a fashion show, and one of my friends was supposed to pick me up because like I said, I was down bad, like I didn't have no car. So he was supposed to pick me up, so 4 other people including him decided to pick me up from work. Keep in mind, I was working at Smoothie King, like I said, down bad in the trenches. Hold on, this my hair?
Yeah, that's your hair.
Dang! Normally when I was working at Smoothie King, I would make like extra smoothies, because I came to the car, I had like 4 smoothies, and I asked like the other people in the car, and I was like, hey, anyone wants a smoothie? And everybody was like, no. And I was like, dang, not y'all being ungrateful. And at this point I knew that I liked Caleb, so I was like, fine, let me ask my boyfriend to ask. I don't know, I said something like that. Let me go
ask my baby.
Yeah, I said, let me go ask my baby. So as I said that, I didn't realize the mutual friend that we had was on FaceTime with him while they're in 2 separate cars. So they're like parked like this, and they're on FaceTime. So when I said, let me go ask my baby, he heard me say that, and I was like, embarrassed. I was so embarrassed.
It was funny, y'all, because I was on FaceTime, and she said, let me go ask my baby. I was like, who's her baby? And then next time I hear a little knock on my window. Hey, you want a smoothie?
Yeah, I was like, do you want a smoothie? And everyone was laughing. I was just so embarrassed. And so after that night, hey, yeah, about what I said about the whole baby thing, like that wasn't me, like disregard. And he was like, no, let's talk about it. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna talk my stuff because at this point I have nothing to lose. So I'm just like, I just think you're very attractive. And then I was like, you know what? Even if he don't think I'm cute, you know, it was worth a shot. But whenever he responded, he said, well, I think you're cute as well. Y'all, I literally like threw my phone and I was like, yeah, I was on cloud nine. So yeah. And from there, the rest is history. As of today is March 4th. Well, today is March 4th. For y'all, it's like March 11th, I think. So as of March 4th, we've been dating for a year and 5 months. The next question someone asked was, what is your favorite meal if it was your last meal ever? This is kind of hard. My go-to is always pasta. I don't know. I've always liked pasta, especially with Alfredo. So I would say a vegan pasta with some vegetables. But honestly, if I have to eat a meal that my mom has cooked, it would definitely be a vegan shepherd's pie. I can eat that all day, every day. It's like crust and it's I think it's broccoli, cheese, Alfredo, like breadcrumbs like on top and it's baked. I'm going to insert a picture because it's kind of hard to explain, but my mama cooking, top tier. If I could have somebody's cooking all day, every day, it's hers for sure. She throws down. And my mama, she's been cooking like she was 14 years old. So yeah, she gets active in that kitchen.
All y'all mamas up against her.
Yeah, my mama gets active. Like if I could gamble on my mama and like I can enter her in this contest, like
I put some money on her.
I would definitely put all my money on her. Like I would gamble all my money for her. Stamp that. All right. So the next question is tips for content marketing strategy. Tips for content marketing strategy. I think one thing I told somebody is think of social media as your personality in a resume. So especially if you're doing this for a job or for a company, think about adding personality to your social media to make it more alive. That's one tip. Another thing I would say is one question to think about when posting on social media is why would people want to watch your content? What does people get out of watching your content? Because we know like a lot of people's short attention spans are very, very short. So making like quick little videos like reels, definitely utilizing reels, making videos of the information that you want to convey is definitely useful. Number 3 is be on the lookout for trends and stuff like audio trends. One thing that has helped me, so whenever you pick in your audio for your reels, and there's always a number beside it and it's like an up arrow to show where something is trending. The lower the number is, the more exposure the algorithm will push your content. Because when more people start using their reel, more than likely your content is going to pop up since you use that audio before anyone else is using it. I'm struggling on this one little strand right here.
That's why I was struggling. I'm still on this one I've been on.
Shout out to Kiko for doing my hair. The GOAT. Y'all go sub to her channel. I'm going to put her handle down below. Because she's the one that does my hair. She has her own combs, growth oil. She has a little bit of everything. So yeah. Especially if you want like some nice summer styles. Definitely go to her because she will get you right. So the next question is advice on personal and career goals. I think it's a good question for me just because I do YouTube, I do my own personal stuff, but I'm also in my career as well. I'm gonna start with your personal goals. I would say don't let anyone tell you that you can't do something. Like if you have a vision, just keep in mind that no one else can see that vision but you. So even when you present ideas to people or try to get advice with people with ideas, they're not going to see the same vision as you. I would say sometimes it's good to keep your goals to yourself just so people who have like that negative energy, they can't really bring you down or bring your vision down or make you even doubt your vision. So even with me with YouTube, like I've been doing this for like 2 years. It'll be 3 in October. And I know it's been some people that's like, you really going to do that? Do you think you can make a living off that? But I feel like the more people I was telling, the more doubt that I was getting that I actually wanted to do YouTube. So I feel like sometimes keeping your personal goals to yourself and just striving each and every day just to reach that goal. That'll be my whole thing with personal goals. With career goals, honestly, it's all about networking. Especially for those who are in college, start making those connections with your professors in school. Getting involved on campus in certain organizations is how you will build those connections. Say whatever you decide to do with your life, like career-wise, just make sure you're always practicing your craft or always going on YouTube and learning something new about that. Especially if you're like me and you just got out of college maybe like a year ago and you're not in your field, I'm telling you, it takes patience. It takes so much time to get into the field where you want to be in. And sometimes it's kind of hard to be in reality and say like, dang, like I see all my friends doing this and like I'm stuck doing this. I say don't let that deter you from, the goals that you have in. Like sometimes it takes a lot of patience. With me, it took about like a couple of months to get to this job that I have now. So just be patient and don't be discouraged. Just keep pushing, keep trying. I promise you it's going to get better. And as long as you put in the work, put in the job applications, the opportunity is going to present itself. Next question is, this question is really like for me and him. What's your dream vacation for y'all two and how long?
Good question, because we both have two different dream vacations.
Yeah. I feel this question is kind of hard. Yeah, this question is kind of hard for us because we're like two different people. I'm more like luxury, like on the high maintenance side, but he's like not that.
Yeah, I'm more of a like peaceful, like enjoying the atmosphere and like being at one with like nature.
Yeah, I'm like let's go to a luxury resort and just like be bougie. He's like, no, let's be out in the nature. Which I'm okay with that too, but it just have to be luxury. So
yeah, I'm okay with the being bougie though. Ain't nothing wrong with being a little bougie, fellas.
It's nothing wrong with being a high maintenance man. I'll say for me, I mean I can't really speak for him because I've been watching this show on Netflix. It's called The Most Amazing Vacation Rentals, and a spot that I've seen on there that I'm like, oh, this would be a really good trip for us is Bali. Especially because they have really cheap Airbnbs. Like, it was one on that show. It cost like $36 a month. Like, I kid y'all not. And it's not like, it's not janky or anything. Like, it's a really nice, like, Airbnb.
Really somewhere with a lot, like with a peaceful atmosphere and a lot of space. Like, maybe somewhere like I've always wanted to go to Japan just to like see the atmosphere out there, and like somewhere in Asia. I've always wanted to go to the Bahamas too, and like just seeing the culture there, cause I like seeing other people's culture and understanding like their whole purpose, cause everybody has different religions and like what they see as God as, and how they cherish each other's moments and family and stuff like that.
Yeah, I would say with us, we do like to explore different cultures and do stuff that's kind of like outside our comfort zone. I would say that's something we like to do. Another place that I've always wanted to go to is Fiji. I've always wanted to go somewhere tropical. I feel like that would be a really good like honeymoon place for us going to Fiji. I don't even know where Fiji is at. Is that like in...
It's in water.
I know it's in water, but like, what continent is it close to?
I'm talking about that Fiji water.
Like South America, or I want to go to Seattle. I've never been there, and I just feel like it would be like a really nice northern place to visit. Cool. Part of that last question is that how long would you want the vacation be? For me, a week tops.
Yeah, I don't like to be out too long.
Yeah.
I'm getting used to how I live.
This question, it says, tips on how to stay confident when it feels like no one believes in you. That is a great question. For me personally, whenever I was in high school in particular, I was very insecure. I think because we're the high school that I went to, I wouldn't say I was the darkest one there, but I was a dark-skinned girl who had a gap, and that was kind of just like ugly to some people. I had a little bit low self-esteem about myself just because of the high school that I went to. But now how I stay confident, I would literally go in the mirror and just look at myself and just like look at my body and just look how God made me to realize how beautiful I am. I know this sounds cliche, but confidence really does come within. And it really does. So even before you even get into a relationship, you need to have a relationship with yourself first before trying to spread love to somebody else or pour into somebody else. It does say in the Bible, we are fearfully and wonderfully made. So just embrace everything that you have. Even like on your worst days, you have to wake up in the morning knowing that you're the most beautiful person on this earth. And even going back to the question I was asked about your personal dreams and personal goals, like he said, like, you're the only person that can, do the thing that you want to do. You can't really rely on anybody else. So I feel like having that confidence in yourself and knowing who you are, that also translates with your personal goals and your career goals. Put in the comments below, like, whatever y'all do to, keep yourself confident even when no one believes in you.
And also meditate too, man. It's very important.
Oh yeah, for sure. Self-care is very important. Even though I know a lot of us have jobs where we're just always on the go, it's always good to have that downtime to do what you want, whether that's, if you're married, hanging out with your significant other and just making breakfast, or if you're single and you're by yourself, that means just reading a book, just relaxing for a day, doing a little face mask. Do what you need to do to just, keep your spirits up and to get through, the week and get through life in general. Y'all cannot call me bald-headed no more. So the last question is, what is your ideal household setting? So I think whenever this question was asked, I guess, like, I don't know how I want my household to look. I guess, of course, I want to be in a house for like the next 2 years. After that, hopefully, whenever we get married, after that, within like maybe 5 years, I'll have my first child. I said I can just impregnate myself, but we'll have our...
She's asexual, you guys.
Like, I will have my first child. I mean, we will have our first child. Knowing me, I want like a really big house just because my house back home, it's not big at all. And it's like super cluttered. And I just want like a whole lot of space. I want a big kitchen. I want all my rooms to just be all spaced out.
I want a sustainable house. That way we can save on energy usage and money.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. Like, he always want to live all cheap. Like,
not even cheap, just living effective.
That is true.
If you ain't got to pay for utilities, well, I'll pay for them.
That is very true.
Then it's saving the environment, too.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're all done. That was all the questions. This was fun. I like doing Q&A because I feel like y'all get to know me a little bit more, because whenever I post on my Instagram, I literally post my Instagram, like, make my comics and kind of go on about my day. I don't really post a lot of videos. So I feel like this is kind of like a way for y'all to get to know me a little bit more and actually see me doing something like a little productive, I guess. So yeah, like I said, drop down in the comments places y'all would like to go to or visit, like for y'all dream vacation, or suggesting places as well, like places y'all experience with, and even with Airbnbs. And don't forget, if you haven't already, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to like this video and turn on the notification bell so you can see whenever I drop my next video. And I thank you all for watching this video, and I see you all in the next one. Bye guys.